This man couldn't accept that his ex-girlfriend had become his mother-in-law, so he cruelly pushed her off a cliff hoping to end her life. But the moment she actually fell, he regretted what he had done. He ran to the edge of the cliff like a madman, searching everywhere for her, but it was too dark and he couldn't find any trace of Minxiu. At that moment, Jingxian finally realized he had hurt the woman he loved most. To keep his father-in-law and wife from finding out his secret, he told himself it was just a terrible accident. So the next day, Jingxian pretended nothing had happened and took a morning walk with his wife until Taishan went to his fiance's room and found her missing. Only then did the man realize she had disappeared. Silan thought she had said something harsh that drove her stepmother away, so she blamed herself for being reckless and causing trouble. Taishan thought his fiancé was just upset with him and hurried home in a panic. After sending his wife home, Jingxian rushed back to the cliff. He wanted to see if Minxiu's body was still there, but strangely he found nothing at all. So Jingxian became convinced his ex-girlfriend was still alive. He went to the local police asking if anyone had fallen from a cliff. When they said no, he searched online for any news reports, then visited more than a dozen hospitals asking about any injured women. He even kept watch outside Minxiu's house every day. Only after confirming she hadn't returned home did he finally relax. Taishan grew anxious after failing to find his fiancée. He went to her mother, who said she still hadn't come back. That's when the man realized something was seriously wrong. Even if she was upset, she wouldn't stay away for days. Her mother feared for her safety and anxiously turned to Taishan, begging him to send people to find Minxiu. What if she ran into danger while outside? At first Taishan thought she just needed time alone, but after she'd been missing for 4 days, he finally began to panic. If something really happened to his fiancée, the consequences would be unbearable. His life would be filled with pain. But what no one expected was, Minxiu was actually receiving treatment at a nearby hospital. When she fell from the cliff, a tree broke her fall, so she only suffered minor injuries and was otherwise fine. After several days of treatment, she had almost recovered. She didn't tell her family right away, because she planned to pretend she was gone, and when she recovered, she would surprise the man who hurt her. But not wanting her mother to worry too much, Minxiu secretly called to tell her where she was. Knowing her daughter was alive, her mother finally calmed down. When she learned Jingxian was the one who harmed her child, the older woman was furious and cursed his entire family. She realized he was even more cruel than she had imagined. Minxiu feared her mother's anger might expose her plan by accident, not wanting to ruin her daughter's plan. The next day her mother told Taishan that Minxiu was still alive, and explained her daughter's intentions. She hoped her son-in-law would hold the wedding as planned. By then Minxiu would appear at the ceremony and marry him. They just needed to follow her plan quietly. Though he found her behavior strange, Taishan still respected her decision. Just when Minxiu thought her plan was going smoothly, Jingxian began to suspect something. He noticed his father-in-law no longer seemed worried about finding his fiancée. Instead, he was calmly discussing wedding arrangements. Nothing like someone who had just lost his daughter. Minxiu missed her father and worried he was anxious about her, so she called him to let him know she was safe. But when her simple-minded father saw Jingxian, he got excited and mentioned that his daughter would soon be back. At that moment Jingxian became certain Minxiu was still alive, because his adoptive mother's face showed none of the sorrow of losing a child. It was clear Minxiu was hiding somewhere. That night Jingxian had someone follow his adoptive mother. When he got the information, he rushed to a nearby hospital. Even though his ex-girlfriend used a fake name, Jingxian still managed to find her room.